Okay. Hello guys. I'm waiting for you all to come on board. It is your girl Jocelyn. I'm waiting for some people to join me. We are back again. Good evening, each and every one of you. Let's see how many we've got. Hi Richard, good evening. It's good to have you. You can invite your friends and help me to share the broadcast. Okay, I need to invite some of my friends. Just a moment. Okay, I guess there's only one person I have online tonight. Okay, this is Jocelyn. It's good to have you again, guys, and I'm here with you this evening. I just actually came back from work, and then while at work, something got to my mind, and then I was really thinking about it. The, the essence of this video is also for us to talk about our Biafran struggle. And what has that got to, what do we stand to benefit from it? So there are so many people they are talking about the Biafrans joining the Nigerian politics. So if you can read the caption, what I have got there, the Biafrans in Nigerian politics, how would that help us to achieve what the Biafran nation? But I've actually thought about it because from the word go, politics in Nigeria is not something that is of benefit or beneficial to the Biafrans. And if you look at the ABGA party that was formed by Ojukwu, it did not even I don't think that got to the federal level. Why? Because they know Ojukwu is a Biafran, and then he fought for the Biafra war. And for him to come into Nigerian politics and trying to play politics with the cabals or with those who believe that they own Nigeria, they know that if they allow him to get to that top, that he will actually succeed and then create a new nation. So for people to start clamoring or asking the Biafran activists or the Biafran freedom fighters to join politics, I don't think that is visible, because they will never allow it. They will never ever allow it to be. Okay, and the thing is, and also, as you can see, there is so much corruption. There's so much corruption in Nigeria. The electoral system alone in Nigeria is so corrupt that they can rig anybody into power. So you can imagine when you have a group of people who are crying or who are fighting for a new nation, Biafra, and they know that the party is registered as a Biafran party, or they know their aim of coming into Nigerian politics. Do you think, or can you beat your chest and say that they will allow that party to breathe to have a breath of fresh air? They will never allow it, because they know what these guys are coming in to do, and they will suppress it to an extent that it will only remain only at the national level, only in the eastern part of Nigeria. That is where it can strive, but every other place it will never strive. So people asking the Biafran agitators to go join politics, win your puts a strong political political, whatever they call them, in power, try to get Biafra for them, or to see how they can push it or push referendum. They will never allow it. And you can see that the benefit these guys are getting from the unity, especially the people from the core north, they will never allow it. They will never allow these people to have a fresh or breath air. So you can imagine, it's just like telling someone who is so upright to join Nigerian politics or to go into politics. What will you get in the end? The person will go up there and get himself or herself so influenced, and the person will leave what he or she is supposed to do. And then once you're being offered money, everything is gone. Your ambition is completely messed up and is gone, and nobody will even want to take you serious. That is how bad the system is. That is how bad the electoral system is in Nigeria. Once you're in, you're in for good, and you're into that system is basically is going to make you is not even going to make you think straight. So what the only thing you'll be thinking about is how to loot, how to steal money, you know, how to suppress the people you're supposed to represent. So people asking Biafrans to go into politics, me, I do not buy that idea. It might work for other people in a developed country. Yes, it works for them. It works for them because they are living in a developed nation and they have constitution that can even give them the right. That can give them the right if they want to secede. But in Nigeria, it will never happen. Rather, they will want to suppress you and they want to kill your dream. So me, I will not support that. I will not support anyone who is asking for Biafrans to go into Nigerian politics. That is not visible. We don't want that at all. If you see what happened to, if you can see what happened to Abga was founded by Ojukwu in the end. I don't even see the name of this political party anywhere in the federal level. I don't hear it. Though I don't follow Nigerian politics, but I don't hear it at all. And then, still on that politics thing, you can imagine what happened. Use Imo State as a case study. What happened in Imo State, from number 4 governor to number 1. So what makes you think? Let's say, for instance, I have someone who I believe is someone who is fighting for my freedom, and I want you to go into politics. How many people are going to support? Even if we have everybody supporting him, but the system is going to rig the person out, just like what they did to Ihedioha. Ihedioha won the election. He is the choice of the people. They chose him. They want him to be the governor of Imo State. But what happened in the end? They brought in someone else who is a Fulani stooge to be the governor of Imo State. That is to show you how porous the electoral system is and how corrupt the people running the nation is. So that will not be visible. It will not. It's not something that anybody can even try to advise the people that reasons properly. Is only people, only those who have the mentality or the mindset of going into looting that will want to in the first place go into politics in Nigeria. For Biafrans, that will not happen. So anybody calling us to join Biafran, to join Nigerian politics, please, is a no-no and is a no-go area. Okay, and there is something I really want to talk about. Another case which I believe bothers me a lot, because I've seen a lot of things going on. The way they maltreat children these days is alarming, and it's something that we all need to worry about. Children, I see them as being so innocent, and they are God's gift to humanity. But the way we treat children these days, it's something we really need to look into. Okay, you will not, you cannot treat a child very, cruel, so cruel, and when you're being caught, you said it's the devil. We shouldn't be blaming the devil for our wrongs or for what we know what we did knowing fully well. Okay, so there is something. I'm talking about the protection of the Biafran child, because in Biafra, the state we want to build as a nation, Biafran nation, is a state whereby children are being protected at all costs, regardless of what it would take. Because they are the future of tomorrow. They are the future leaders of the Biafran nation we are all fighting for. So the girl child, the Biafran children are to be protected with everything we've got. Because there are so many perverts out there, so many pedophiles, molesting children here and there. These are the things we do not want to see happening. There was a video I saw some time ago. I will show you guys the video. I will just turn the camera and then for you guys to see the video. You can imagine how a grown-up man comes in public to brag about how he was able to molest a child, not even a teenager, just a child. And when you say, you will be arrested, you say, who will arrest me? Because we do not have the system that can do that. In Biafra, we have to build a nation whereby anything that happens to any child, we have to be investigated, and whoever that molests or whoever that treats any child bad will have to go in for it. Here is the video, because it's so worrisome that this thing happened and people are not even I don't know if this man was caught or he's been let off the hook, or if he was reported. But I saw this video on Mayegu's page, so I'll just turn around the camera and then show you guys the video.
That time I never did. Wait, I would be feeding. I would be digging. No, we're not 12 years. So you can't carry and enter your shop. You don't have to say at this virgin and now just put on there chocolate. They're supposed to arrest you. I swear to God. They come who can arrest me. They come. Tell you what I see.
You can imagine that. You can just imagine that. That is an adult talking about what he did to a child of less than 11, 12 years old. And he's even boasting about it, that there is nothing anybody can do to him. So how can we have a system, how can we have a nation where they do not care about the children? The people they call the leaders of tomorrow are not even being taken care of. So you can imagine in the north how many almajiris they have on the street. You see, these children, they are even being used by rich people to beg money, to beg alms. You see them in the street, while others are schooling, while others are in school, the children are all in the street begging for money to feed. Begging for alms here and there, looking so tattered, unkempt. No one even cares about how they feel. That is a sad thing. You just imagine yourself, you have your child, a child you had in your womb for 9 months. You gave birth to this child. And all of a sudden, the child is being used by people for their own selfish interest. How would you feel to see your own child being maltreated? How would you feel to see your, even if not your blood, but don't we have the conscience when you see children being maltreated the way they are being maltreated in the system? We have to look into it, because there are so many people out there who are just like a roaring lion looking for kids, small children, small boys and girls to molest. And they cannot speak. And these kids, they are being threatened. They cannot speak out. They cannot say this is what is happening to them. Because the system had made it so when they speak, is either they are being threatened that you will get killed, or your parents will go in for it. So the children, what they will do is they will just swallow everything. Imagine kid at the age of 12 years, a man is already molesting that child. Nobody will be alive to see his child or her child, a girl of 12 years, being molested by a man. They even do it to a girl, to kids of months, let alone a child of 12 years old. That is so sad. And it's a bad thing. We need to call it out. We need to call evil, evil. We need to look evil in the face and say it is evil. Okay. Now, I was reading something this afternoon. Another sad news. I don't know if I'll be able to see these pictures clearly. Okay. Picture. Okay. This is a girl, and it's a very small girl. And I believe she was given out to people for as a help or as a maid or something something like that. But this is what someone did to this couple. Okay, this is what they did to a child. This is someone's baby. And I heard this is nail. They used nail on this little child's head. And the baby got so much burnt on the body. How can you maltreat someone's child like this, and then you protect your own child with everything you've got? These are Igbo couples. They are Biafrans treating children this way. And when you catch, as they are being caught, definitely they will say it's the devil. They don't know what came over them. But you have the mind to treat a child like this. The pictures are not too clear, but this is a nail on this child's head. Can you imagine? You can imagine what the children are going through. As for me, I will never, like, sit by and then watch someone molest my own nephew or my own niece. I will never allow that. In Biafra nation, we are going to protect each and every child because they are the future leaders of the new nation. And they have to be protected with everything. They have to be tutored and they have to go to school. We make a school compulsory for all Biafran children. Even though I wouldn't say compulsory for those who wouldn't want to go to school, maybe they want to do some skills. Yes, we have what it takes to pull them through because they will be the one to carry on. We are not going to live forever. It will get to a stage we grow so old and weary and weak, we won't be able to do anything. So the knowledge we impact in these children will be the thing that will carry the nation forward, will be the thing that will take the nation to another level. We're not going to have a system like Nigeria whereby you have people who are supposed to be retired already, 80 years, going to 90 years, still in power, doing what? All in the name of acquiring more wealth. That will not happen in Biafra land. So our children, we're going to invest so much in Biafran children because they earn it, they deserve it. We are going to, just like when you have investment in a business, you invested money in a business, what do you expect in return? You expect to have profit, and you expect the business to grow. You expect to have branches all over the world or all over the nation, wherever you might find yourself. This is how we need to invest in the Biafran children. We invest in them because we know they have to carry on the flag. They have to carry the nation forward. So whatever we have to do now, we all have to start doing it, the right thing. We shouldn't leave any behind. We shouldn't leave any child behind. Every child needs to be carried along, regardless of what. Whatever we impact in them now, whatever we instill in these children, that is what they are going to carry on with. I know we end up speaking a foreign language like the English, though we have our own we have our own languages in the Biafran nation. So many languages. We've got the Igbos, we've got the Ibibios, we've got the Anang, the Efik, the Ijos. They speak different dialects. And I even think I would suggest that because most of our children do not even understand our language, our Igbo language. They hardly speak the Igbo language, except those born in Biafra land, they still speak the Igbo language. But the ones abroad, they don't speak our Igbo language. It's like they've forgotten their identity and their language and where they come from. I think it's high time we start, teaching our children our culture and our language. For them to know that, yes, they come from somewhere. We are not foreigners. We are not foreigners. We believe in tradition. We believe in tradition. So my talk today, which basically about the Biafran children, is something we have to look into because each and every one of us would one day, even if you're not married or you don't have a kid, but I'm sure there is something, there is a soft spot in you that when you see kids, you want to wow, I want to take care of these children. I want them to be the best in life. Biafra will not have that space whereby people like this couple will come on and then treat someone else's child so cruel and so bad without being punished. That will not happen. We want a space, we want a nation whereby our children are taken off the street completely, because we have also Biafran children on the street. Some of them are begging for alms. We need a nation whereby the children will be taken off the street completely. They will be taken good care of. They'll be catered for. And there will be, there will be, I don't know how to say it, but the system, we're going to have a system whereby everything that the Biafran child would desire in life will be made available. Just like you have in the Western world, they have free education for their children. I know the children they've got right, but we believe in You know, they said if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. We believe in correcting our children, even if in love. You can beat a child in love, but not by giving such a mark like we saw on this we saw on my laptop, by inflicting such a deep cut on a child. We are not going to have that, and no one will go scot-free when we see a child being molested by any man, regardless of who you are. It doesn't matter your position in life. We have to protect those children with our life. We have to protect them because they are so dear to our nation. If we are not here today or tomorrow, they will be the one to carry on. And we do not want to have children whereby and they would not know their left from their right. That is not the kind of children we want to breed or want to bring into Biafra nation. No. We want kids that will take on from where we stopped, because we will not live forever. We will not. Some of us are going to go along the line even before the Biafra comes, but yet we need to leave our footprint. You know, we need to leave our footprint so that when people come on, they will like, yes, these people, they did something. You know, they follow the steps. Not when you preach something else, you do something else. We need to leave a footprint that when our future generations start coming on, when they start growing up to, you know, start knowing their left from their right, they will be able to follow that footprint. You know, live a life of integrity, a life of an upright life. Not these things we have in Nigeria. Not the things we have in Nigeria, where you have the politicians are looting everyone dry, and their children are living large, and they know fully well that their parents are stealing, but they do not care, as long as the money is flowing. That is not the kind of spirit we want to imbibe into our children. That is not the kind of culture we want them to grow with. That is not the kind of idea we want to live with these children. That is not the kind of a lifestyle we want them to emulate. We want them to live a life of uprightness. You know, when you say one, we know your one is your one. Not when you say one, you mean two. This is what Biafra stands for: truth, honesty, and uprightness. I know it's not going to be an easy journey. There will be a lot of bumpy rides in achieving Biafra, but definitely we are getting it. We are going to get it. I support the Oduduwa struggle. I support Biafra. If the Northerners do not know what to do with their land, it's up to them. We are not the cause of them not sending their children to school. But if they have the brain, or if they can actually think out of the box, they should start now to prepare their people for the eventuality, because it's going to happen. And when it happens, then the whole world will know that actually the Northerners are living the glory of the south, the southwest, and then the south and the southeast joined together. Okay, so this is my small talk this afternoon. I would like to thank you for joining me. Thank you all for coming on to join me. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do not actually know so much features about this Facebook Live. I'm trying to get it all done properly, but I'll get there. From time to time, I will come on to say one or two things. It's good to have you all. Mr. Frank, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Audie. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Maurice. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth, Miss Denizad. I thank you all for joining me. It's great to have you guys. Thank you all. And you do have a great day. Okay? Bye.